We're back on. We have been having audio problem. We have been having login on problem. This is the evening that we have been having a whole lot of problem. Uh, we have to be logging on, logging off. I don't know, but we are really resolved at what we're doing. So we're going to be getting through. For those persons who are still watching and not subscribers, we do ask you to join us online. Subscribe to the channel. It's CSEC Biology, the cover page. You can also try our many virtual labs. You can try our VoxPox. You can try our IT programs. You can join the human and social biology. You can join the real-time labs, whichever one. Once you're doing a science exam, you are a student of CSEC biology, CSEC human and social biology. Of course, you want to be a part of the channel. And if you're not a student and you're watching the channel, we do ask that you encourage students to be a part of the channel. We really don't want anyone to be left behind. So we have been putting in the work. Now, this is another bit of a work that we are doing. We are teaching students from across the Caribbean. We have some 7 Caribbean islands that we are covering with the biology content. We do this on a Friday, Sunday, and of course, a Wednesday. We have been looking at the genetic diagram. So far, we have covered inheritance or sex-linked inheritance. We have covered inheritance of sex or sex determination. We have also we have also looked at the test cross. We have looked at albinism, and we continue to do more of those cross. We're waiting on everyone to rejoin as we had a little problem just now where we were unable to, of course, send audio across the platform. As such, we have reconnected and we are ready and waiting to go. We are waiting on all the students from across the Caribbean to rejoin, and those persons who have not joined, it is now time for you to join. It's just never too late for a shower of rain. All right, so wait on everyone to join. We have students this evening from Grenada, students from St. Vincent, students from St. Lucia, students from Guyana, students from Trinidad and Tobago, and the Jamaicans. They are always here supporting and representing. We do welcome you all, and we're also inviting other Caribbean islands to join. We're asking you to join from whatever school you attend. It seriously doesn't matter. Once you are a student sitting CXC exams, you are welcome to join because that's the syllabus that we are covering for human and social biology and biology. It is free of charge. You just join. We don't need to know you. We don't even need to know your right name, right? We usually ask where you're from, whether you're from Jamaica or some other Caribbean island, just to understand or to have a pretty good understanding of our reach. So we know that we are way out there in Central America to the only English speaking Caribbean or only English speaking island out there in South America, Guyana. We know we have stretched that far to the depths, of course, of Trinidad and Tobago. So we know that the tentacle it is spreading. It's spreading like wildfire. You want to be here with us. We are really, really growing steady. We are really, really growing fast. This is, of course, one of the largest free educational show across the Caribbean. We give 6 hours to education each week. And of course, the platform is not paid for. However, if you're watching and you want to contribute to what we do, of course, we are going to welcome that. We are not going to turn it down. So if you want to contribute to what we do, of course, we'd be too happy to accept whatever donation it is. And you can reach us. You could just go to the channel page and you could reach us at Extreme Solutions JA at gmail.com. Extreme Solutions JA at gmail.com. All right. And if you still can't find us, just go to the channel page, go to community or discussion, type in what you have to say and we'll reach you. All right, so we're waiting on everyone to rejoin. Just type in the chat if you're here. So let me know the reach so we can get started again. And if you have been having problem with any of those crosses that I have looked at so far, let me know. I am going to be looking at significance of those crosses so that when you get to the pedigree chart. All right, so Alina is here and she's from St. Vincent. Hope I'm not tough-headed. She's from St. Vincent. I'm waiting on the others. So Alina, we would have covered so far sex determination. Are you comfortable with that? Are you comfortable with sex determination? Yes, no? Everybody in the group, are you comfortable with sex determination? That's what I do, I try to ensure that everybody is comfortable. I go very, very slow with this group, very slow. And if you're fast, okay, Kiki is here from St. Lucia. Kiki, I posted just before I left the other chat all the crosses that I have done so far. Are you comfortable with them all? You want me to say them again? We have done test cross, and test cross is pretty much to determine whether a person with a particular phenotype is this phenotype or that phenotype. We have done sex determination as to determine whether a woman will have a boy or a girl the next time she should have an offspring. We have also done sex-linked inheritance. Those it's a recessive condition too, but of course this one has to do with what we call X trait. You have a Y trait and X trait. We have also looked at albinism recently. Are you comfortable with all those crosses? We can move on. Are you comfortable with sex link? Are you good? If we're not good, let me know. If you guys are not fine, let me know. Yes, sir, I'm comfortable with it. I understand. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I like that. What is it that you understand? You understand sex linked inheritance? That's the one you're saying that you understand? All right, so as we move on, so we're going to be looking at incomplete dominance, and it is pretty simple. The definition says it all, and everything else will follow. What it says is that, the definition that I have coined for it is that there is usually a new phenotype. Everything. You were here when we were doing sex-linked inheritance, Kiki. I didn't know that. All right. What we're saying is that with inheritance, with incomplete dominance, a new phenotype is formed. And we said that some time ago. And I used the analogy of black and white. So if we have black and white being mixed in incomplete dominance, the offspring is going to be gray because a new phenotype is formed. If we had red and white and we mix them, the heterozygous state, which is going to be the new offspring, is going to be pink. All right? So that's all that there is for the inheritance incomplete dominance. We usually use, it's usually the heterozygous that is the challenge. Everything else remain the same, but instead of we're talking about now carrier, like we're talking about carrier with albinism, we're saying that with the incomplete dominance in the heterozygous state, we're seeing a new phenotype. Now that you understand that bit, I'm not going to be using my board now. I'm going to be giving you something to do, and you would have mastered the Punnett square and the genetic diagram. So you are going to cross now, and you are going to tell me what is the phenotype of your F1 generation. I want you to cross. We're looking now at flower. We're looking at the flower called impatient. All right, and you probably see this in cattle as well. I want you to cross we're using the allele. Let me define the allele. We're using W to represent white. We're using R to represent red. So what that means is that once in this case, it is red, it is going to be homozygous for red. If it is white, it's going to be that for white. You see things changing up on us now that you have to understand. Now, we are crossing two individuals. Tell me what we are crossing again. Red and white. So this is going to be red. This is going to be white. So it's the same cross that we've been doing. The only difference that there is for all of these things is to understand what the law said for each. This is incomplete dominance we are doing now. Incomplete dominance. And if you observe, the alleles are different or we write them now. So you have to follow that rule. And in some cases, you might see that there. Some cases, some books might carry it like that. All right. So the R and the W, they are actually superscript to the color C. All right. So we come down again. Same old that we have been doing. All right. And then we are going to have that there. And we come down again. And we're going to be having that there. And we could come down here. And being that we've been here, we could just go across there. And we're going to be having pretty much the heterozygous again. And then here, I hope I didn't miss anybody. I am probably going too fast. I hope I did not. All right. So the big deal here is to understand the rules for all. All right. So I'm going to be taking some time probably in the next class to ensure that we understand the rule for all that we have done so far. So here, the flower color here would have been, tell me in the chat, what is the flower color? What is the color of the flower here? Tell me in the chat. This is the F1 generation. Oh, the shortcut thing you don't understand? All right, good. I'm happy that you don't understand. Because if you did that in the examination, then you'd be losing marks. And I would prefer if you wrote it in your chat. I do these things, you know. I want to see if you're paying attention. I'd prefer if you said in the chat, sir, that's not how it is supposed to be done because I'm teaching you. So I expect you to be learning. So if I did something that is contrary to what I said, you should see clarity or say, sir, we are paying attention. What you are doing, that is not the expected way or the way that we learn to do it or something like that. Get used to me like that. Here, I tend to do that just to see if you're alert, if you're watching what's happening. All right, so continue your cross like that, and then tell me what is the phenotype of the offspring. All right, what's the phenotype of the offspring? Anybody? What's the phenotype of the offspring? All right, this was not a good evening. Probably it is a good evening. If you would have learned, then it is a good evening. We would have to cover next. We have complete dominance to cover. We have sickle cell anemia to cover. And we did that already. So having covered those, we would have three more things to cover, which is the codominance, sickle cell anemia, and pedigree chart. But you will not be able to do pedigree chart unless you understand the rules for all the others we have done so far. And that is why I keep asking, do you understand? Do you understand? All right, good. Are you hearing me from wherever you are? I'm seeing nothing in the chat. I'm not too sure if you're with me. All right, this is going to be the last thing we're going to be doing this evening. We're way over time. I'm going to remind us that I have some virtual labs. I have been uploading virtual labs, If you were supposed to go to my channel now, I would have uploaded at least 2 virtual labs today or 3 virtual labs today. Somebody wrote me earlier today to say that they would have loved for me to do the osmosis lab. Might I say, having received the message, we just upped on and we did the lab right away. So we have the osmosis lab as a real lab, not a virtual lab. And we're going to be uploading that sometime this week. The labs we have, let me tell you what labs we have been working on, labs to publish. We have ready so far, we have another response lab. So we have a response to temperature lab for the millipedes. That lab, that virtual lab is completed just to upload. We also have respond to moisture. That's a virtual lab. We have it completed to be uploaded. We have respiration, and that is the lab with a rat in a gas jar. We have that lab completed. I'm just looking at some stuff. The color change is working and all of that. So that is completed. Just to refine, we have photosynthesis that we've been promising for so long. Now, that is not a virtual lab, but it contains a whole lot of animation. It is completed and should be premiered tomorrow morning. Tomorrow is Monday, right? Tomorrow morning at 6. So we're going to premiere that at 6 tomorrow morning. So if you are up at 6, it would be nice if you're up online to watch your premiere. I'll be online at that time and you could just send me your questions as you watch the video so I can assist you with whatever challenge you have. I also am asking you to invite others to log on to subscribe. At the end of all these virtual labs, you'll be seeing the advertisement for my channel. Just send it to all those persons in your contact. It is free, you know. I don't need to know your name for you to be here. And when I ask which country you're from, like I said, it's just for the reach. I don't try to really know your name. If you want to share it with me, that's fine. But I don't need to know your name. I don't need to know your religious belief. I don't need to know your political persuasion. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you want to be here and you want to learn. That's why I'm here. All right. So I was asking earlier about the phenotype. Remember, I still remember, the phenotype for the RW here. What is the phenotype? We are going to be continuing. I'm not sure about next Sunday, but if not, we are going to agree on a day that we can have some stuff because I think that you guys need to have a grand time for the festive season. I'll be doing labs and videos and all of that. So if you don't see me online for live classes, of course, the videos will be online. And of course, the labs, I am paying attention to those labs. I think the syllabus has 42 labs. And we're going to be trying our best, if not to do the real labs, to do the animation. Oh, I didn't tell you. Yes, I have ecology. I have been working on that one as well, the quadrat. I actually wrote the animation last night. I started showing the quadrat. It is just to put in the organisms now that the quadrat will fall on. So that animation for ecology, the sampling where we show the quadrat outside, we have an animation coming out for that. It is coming out this week. We are working on that as well. The quadrats are all in. The 10 quadrats are in. I think we threw about 5 of the quadrat already, and we are going to be programming it to throw the other 5 and get the organisms in and all that. The live osmosis lab that we did this evening, that will be coming out this week, and we're also going to be doing soil tests, and that will be a real lab. The soil test will be a real lab. We might do a virtual lab for it as well, but that will be coming out. Please ensure that you see all our labs. Please ensure you make use of all the resources that we have available. Please share it with your islanders. Wherever you are in the Caribbean, just share it with somebody. Share it, get persons to come on. And when you watch the videos, we ask that you watch the videos to the end. And if you don't understand how to watch a video, you can just go on to our channel, click on playlists, look for the playlist that suits your need, click on the playlist, select play, and it will play all the videos. So if it's HSB, click on HSB, and HSB will play all the HSB videos that we have published. If it's biology, it will play all the biology videos. If it is the labs, it will play all the lab videos. So go to the playlist itself and click. Now, also there is community, and there's might be community or discussion. We would have left there a lineup of what we have for the week or for the month. You can go there and look for what we're going to do, and you can leave us a comment or a request. Like I have said, they sent to us today to say, do the osmosis lab, and we did the osmosis lab. We're going to be editing the lab, and I'm going to be uploading it this week. So a whole lot of work. I'm always working, whether I'm on the live or in the background. Go to the channel, watch the videos. Watch the videos, watch the videos, watch the videos. The more you watch the videos, the more we upload the videos. But if we have no consumer, then we're not prompt to upload anything. So my friends from Guyana, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Grenada, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica. Do we have anybody else in the house? Was there anybody else from any other Caribbean island this evening? We want to say thank you very much for joining us. We want you to return on Wednesday. On Wednesday, we look at ecology. So it would be nice if I could hear that. I don't think I'm going to finish doing that ecology virtual lab. So on Wednesday, we are going to be doing ecology. We had some problem. We have been having a little problem since lately, but I think that happens every now and then. We are going to continue with the food web on Wednesday, the food chain. I think we might get to ecological pyramids, and we're going to be looking at decomposers and detritivores. All right. Remember, our decomposers are the bacteria and the fungi, and the detritivores are like the wood lice and the earthworm and the millipede. Usually, the detritivores are larger than the decomposers. All right. So we have interesting lineup. We're always here. Even if the software is giving problem, YouTube giving problem, we are here and we are going to try our best to facilitate everyone. So your role in all of this is to learn, ask questions, and get other persons to log on. Thank you very much for being here. Nobody answered my question. The answer for the question is all the offsprings are going to be pink because it's incomplete dominance. So if you mix red and white, you get a new phenotype, and red and white would give you pink. Black and white is going to give you gray. Blue and red will give you purple. Yellow and blue will give you green. So what we're saying is that with incomplete dominance, a new phenotype is formed, right? A new phenotype, and the phenotype does not definitively express the phenotype of the parent. With codominance, the phenotype of both parents is expressed in the offspring. So if we had red and white, the offspring would come with red and white. If we had black and white, the offspring would come with black and white for codominance. We are hoping that we're going to have a better evening come Wednesday. I'm almost certain we're going to be having a better evening come Wednesday. We're going to be here for 5 o'clock. People, please come at 5. I'm going to be starting at 5. No bluffing, no talking around the bush. Hit it on the nail and get it out of the way. Come at 5. Please go to my channel and watch the videos. The labs are there. I know a lot of persons can't log on to do labs, and we're putting up virtual labs. We're putting up content. Please go there and watch the videos to the end. Do we have any questions before we go? Do you have any questions? Any concern? Talk to me, somebody. Is there any question? All right. So if there is no question, it is time for me to say good evening and take care. Ciao. Bye, Alina. And genetic counseling is pretty much like you'd have gone to a counselor and you're getting married and you want to ensure that you're not marrying to somebody with albinism or somebody with any form of genetic defect that will adversely affect your offspring. So you go and you get checked for these things and you can be advised of what the possibilities are. That's all that genetic counseling is. You get tested for these stuff or you are schooled around this topic so that you can be prepared for whatever is to come or might come. Are you good at that, Lenny? Lenny Cooper? Lenny Cooper, are you good with that? Well, as a study for genetic counseling, I think you would study for genetics, right? And based on the fact that you would have studied for genetics, you could probably see your medical practitioner and you could outline what the concerns are and they might refer you to somewhere to do the test. For example, they might, Lenny Cooper, you're Jamaican, right? If you're Jamaican, they might refer you to one of the local labs or preferably they'll send you to Carrigen that is on the UWI campus and they will do the test and send it back to your doctor and your doctor will advise you accordingly. So as to say, to go and just do that as counseling, or your regular family counselor could, of course, talk about it. But as to the test to know what's really happening there, of course, that would have to be done by a recognized and reputable lab. Hope I answered your question. We lost a one entire hour this evening. We wanted that to do a lot of things. I wanted to map up all the genetics and just leave the pedigree chart so we can hop on into something else. All right, cool. Thank you very much, Lenny Cooper. You're always here, and I'm grateful for that. Lenny, you need to get some of your friends online. You need to get tell the story to somebody else. All right. I want to have everybody online. I'm here for everyone. You know, I want to ensure that persons are doing well past and the subject persons are connected for those persons who are still in Yonderland. We want to ensure that they have access to the information. All right, so that's going to be it for this evening until we meet on Wednesday at 5. Please be early. We have been losing time. We lost some time this evening, or we lost some time, I think, last week, Wednesday. So we can't afford to be losing all that bit. So next week, Wednesday, we are on ecology. We're going to be looking at the food web, decomposers, detritivores, ecological pyramid, that sort of a thing, and pinning the syllabus, locking onto the syllabus, as it were, looking at the flow of energy from one organism to another. Good evening.